In questions about regular polygons, we don't need to be given all that much information because a regular polygon is going to have angles that are all the same size. We can determine things about the number of sides it has, for instance, by doing multiples of the number of angles we have. So here we're being asked how many sides this regular polygon has given a certain interior angle. And to work this out, using the interior angle, what we really need to know is the sum of the interior angles. Obviously it's a little bit tricky because we don't know the number of sides, and that's how we use our formula to work out the size of the interior angle sum. But what we can do instead is realise that if the interior angle is 160 degrees, then the exterior angle will be 180 degrees minus that interior angle, and so is going to be 20 degrees. Looking at the exterior angle is quite useful because the total exterior angle is always 360 degrees. As such, if we want to know the number of sides, then we can take 360 and we can divide it by 20, which will give us an answer of 18, and that's going to be the number of sides for our regular polygon. In this question we're being asked if it's even possible for the interior angle of a regular polygon to be 110 degrees. Of course, if the polygon was irregular, then we could have one or more angles that were 110 degrees and the other angles would change size to compensate for it. But here, as they've got to be all the same size, it's potentially not possible, and here's why. Actually, in this situation, it isn't possible. And again, what we're going to do is we're going to look at the exterior angle, because it's easier to work with. So here it's going to be 180 minus 110, which will give us 7 degrees, which will give us 70 degrees for our exterior angle. Now what we come across, if we do try and divide 360 by 70, we run into a little problem. Can't easily see what's going to happen there. Let's try doing it as long division. Oh, this is all rubbish, don't like it. In this question we're being asked if it's even possible for an interior angle to be of size 110 degrees in a regular polygon. In this question we're asking if it's even possible for the interior angle of a regular polygon to be 110 degrees. And actually in this case it's not, and this is why. Again, rather than dealing with the interior angle, we're going to look to see what the exterior angle is. In this case that's going to be 180 degrees minus 110, which will be 70 degrees. And here's the problem that we come across. We now try and do 360 divided by 70. Let's look at it as a fraction. We can divide top and bottom by 10 to simplify it down a little bit. But 36 divided by 7 doesn't make a whole number. So that would require, for this regular polygon then, it would need to have a number of sides that was not a whole number. It would need to have a fraction of a side, which doesn't make any sense. And so it's not possible in this case for a regular polygon to have that interior angle of 110 degrees. Of course, if the polygon was irregular, it could have one or more angles that were 110 degrees, and the size of the remaining angles would change to compensate for it. In this case, where it's regular and we need to have all the same size angles, it isn't going to work.